How long do you think the road to reform is as in the petroleum sector? I mean, the PIB has been in the works for a while. We've seen the challenges bedeviling, passing the PIB, the many interests that are there. And we've also seen sometimes your frustrations when you ask questions in the petroleum downstream sector. It does come to a point when it seems emotions do take over, naturally. Do you think it's a really long road to walk for reforms to finally come in that sector?
I think that first we need to actually, like I always say to people, if you're going to Ibadan from Lagos, there's a road you need to be on to be sure that you will actually get to Ibadan. If you're not on that road, and then you're on Badagry Road, for example, no matter how fast you travel or how hard you try, you may not actually get to Ibadan. So I think that for me, the first thing will be for us to actually identify where we really need to be in all these things. And then if we are clear, the vision is clear, the destination is clear, then it is easier for us to benchmark our progress against where we are and where we are going. But to me, I still think that the question of our destination doesn't appear to be very clear to me. For example, let's take a very simple example of refineries. Everybody talks with the assumption that unless there's full deregulation, you can't build refineries in Nigeria. And I don't understand how these two issues are related. We have refineries in Sierra Leone, we have refineries in Amsterdam that are being run on Nigerian money. People they go there, they buy crude from those refineries with guarantees from our banks, and the refineries are paid. Whether there is subsidy or no subsidy is irrelevant to the refinery. So if that refinery was situated in Nigeria, why can't that same bank guarantee be given to the refinery to refine products in Nigeria? Why must there be full deregulation before products can be refined in Nigeria? So it appears to me sometimes that we mix up issues that are totally not related. To me, the simple reason why we're not building refineries in Nigeria may be, one, because of the infrastructural and security challenges, but more importantly, maybe we are not taking enough advantage of the fact that we're actually producing crude in this country to give guarantees to people that, listen, if you build your refinery in Nigeria, we promise you that you have first charge access to our crude. We'll sell to you if you have a refinery in Nigeria before we sell to anybody who is taking it out. I think that would be a clear and easy incentive for anybody to build refineries in Nigeria.
What about the ones that are there already? The issue of the fact that every now and then there are reasons, excuses coming up for why they cannot operate at 100% capacity?
Because there is a clear incentive to the refineries not to operate at 100% capacity. If I own a refinery in Nigeria and then you give me product, and I can go and sell those products outside, I will probably make more money than if I refine it here. How is that an incentive to me to refine the product here?
Why is that so? I mean, because if you sell the product outside and you bring back finished product, that product will still be subsidized, which the government will still have to pay for. So if the product is produced here and the subsidy is still given, doesn't it make it exactly the same thing, but you still don't have to take it out? One would have thought it would be cheaper.
That's what one would have thought if you were in another country. But in this country, I don't think that is exactly the way it works. First, there is crude swap, so that if you're giving the crude, you have the option of swapping it for product. Now, if you swap it for product, what is the ruler by which you check how many barrels went out against how many liters come in? And when you change it from PMS to kerosene, from kerosene to this, how do you check exactly, what you create an opaque situation which anybody can take advantage of. And so clearly it is more profitable not to refine the product here than it is to refine it here. And if that were not to be so, why would you need, if you have capacity for refining 100,000 barrels of crude in Nigeria, and that's the only capacity you have, why would you need to go and collect 300,000 barrels of crude when all you can actually deal with is 100,000 barrels? Why don't you allow the other 200,000 barrels to follow the road of the other 2 million barrels of crude that are being sold? Why does that one have to take through a different route?
Do you think that
So
foreign-
there are common sense issues, common sense questions that you don't even have to be an expert to be able to answer or respond to some of these things, that they are simply avenues for opaqueness in the management of our
But
resources.
if you've been observing these opaqueness in the management of these resources, what has your committee done? I mean, you're in the midst of your oversight functions. What have you done
What will the committee do? What I'm doing is what the committee is supposed to do. I have said so. You know, we have said so.
You
We
cannot
have-
hold them accountable.
That's how you, the way the legislature works is first there, you either you make a law, or you may pass a resolution, or you simply point out to the executive and the people what is wrong and what needs to be corrected. And I think that in all this,
You've done all of this.
We've done that. Where we are now is with the PIB. As we move forward into the PIB, I believe that Nigerians would have a better opportunity to actually contribute to the kind of restructuring of the oil industry that we also obviously desire.
Okay,
Tell us.
talk about the PIB. I mean, with all the various, many variations of the PIB, there are those who say it's been watered down. Why is it taking so long?
I don't think the PIB has taken so long. That is not correct.
That's the perception
PIB,
out there.
No, the perception is clearly wrong, and I will tell you why. The PIB was submitted to the National Assembly the very day we were going on vacation. So you can't count if you bring in something when I'm traveling, and you know I'm traveling on that day. I'm on my way to the airport, you hand me a document, and then I travel for 1 month and come back. When I told you, as you were going to see, I'm traveling, I'll be back in a month, would you count the 1 month as part of the period you gave it to me? When you knew, even 3 months before I traveled, that I'll be traveling that day, you didn't bring it until the day I was on my way to the airport. How would you say? It's not been with the National Assembly that long. And it is a law, it's a bill. There's a process by which bills are dealt with. So in terms of the time that it takes for the National Assembly to deal with this law, it has not taken any time at all.